Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Logan and I are down here in the garden area. I had a big list of things I was trying to get done yesterday, and I'll be honest, I didn't get them all done. Ran out of daylight hours, I guess. But we're down here to continue on where I left off yesterday, and I got a few more things added to the list, and hopefully I get them done. It's going to be a nice, beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be a high of 72. And what we're in the process of doing is tearing this raised garden bed apart that I had last year where I planted my onions, and the raccoon got in there and destroyed every one of them. That was before I knew about using chili powder to sprinkle around your plants and keep the critters away. So I'm going to show you this really quick and explain what we got going on. Right here's the raised garden bed. As you can see, it's made out of landscape timbers, and you can see it's full of weeds. I didn't put no barrier cloth down before I filled this with dirt and compost last year. And it was good at the beginning when the onions were growing, and then the coon come in here and dug everything up, and then I didn't mess with it. I didn't replant it to anything, and then the weeds kind of come up through from the soil, you know. And so it's just overgrown with weeds, and rather than try and clean this out, I'm taking this apart. I've already started taking a couple screws off. I got these kind of just laying on top of one another, but I had boards next to them that I screwed into them to hold them upright. I'm going to do a little different this year. I'm going to drill holes down through. I got some big long screws that will screw them together. But I'm going to make them three. I only had them 2 landscape timbers high. This time it's going to be 3. I think I have 4 more of these laying around I can get. And these landscape timbers come from a place, seeing that people tore them out, threw them in a burn pile where they had a whole bunch of brush and like parts of a tree that they'd cut down. It was a farmer. I think he trimmed these trees off the edge of his field, piled them up in a pile, and he burns them about once every 2 years. And he had a big pile, and he had all landscape timbers thrown in there. And I'd seen him, and I mentioned to my son, and he was coming over one day, so he stopped and asked about them, and he brought them to me. And I've used several of them. I started building a shed, which I ain't completely done with it, but I used some of them for support underneath the shed. But I have a few of these left, so that's what I'm using for, is this raised garden bed. Enough of that, I guess. We're going to move these over by the onion bed. It's kind of a level spot over there, but I am going to lay down that barrier cloth. I bought a roll of it because I have a spot. I actually have like 3 spots up by the house that I'm going to lay that cloth down and plant some stuff up there. Probably be planting some of my cucumbers, and I'm not sure what else. Maybe some zucchini up there by the house. Otherwise, everything else is going to be down here in the garden bed. I also went over to by the barn. I was allowed to pick up that scrap metal on the public hunting ground. Well, I got these 2. This is part of an old elevator. These used to have a drag, like a chain, that drug the ear corn up into the crib. I don't know if this actually come from that farm, or it was a farmer that rented the ground, so it probably come from his place, but that's the style of elevator they use to elevate the corn up into the crib, fill the crib, is with one of these. But anyhow, I'm gonna try and straighten out the end here, put a board in there, put a board at the other end, and fill this full of dirt and compost. I went up on the hill yesterday and scooped up a couple skid loader buckets of dirt and put in here. I still got to get a board in the end here. And down at the other end, this is the one that got backed into and bent, but I straightened it out some. But I think I'm gonna have to put a jack in here and jack that and spread it out, straighten it out a little better. And then I'm gonna do some planting in here, possibly some lettuce, or I still have 1 bag of onion sets I need to get planted, and I think the soil will be deep enough to plant my onions in. But I haven't really decided what all I'm going to be planting. I'm not sure what I'm going to be planting in these 2 beds, but I'm going to make both of these raised beds. They're about 20 feet long each, I guess, so Should be able to get plenty of stuff planted in them. Whether I do my lettuce, turnips, I do have some turnip seeds I want to get planted. And I also have this bed right here that I filled with dirt and compost. As you can tell, it's the ground up leaves and the paper and stuff, and then a lot of rich, I don't know how rich the soil is, but it's soil up from off the top of my hill. So anyways, I'm gonna be getting something planted in here too. I'm gonna fill it up a little bit more. I just got that far. I'm gonna put some more compost and dirt in there. I gotta go up on the hill, like I said, and get more dirt, because I want to get these beds filled and hopefully get them planted today. Well, I better get going. I'm gonna get this raised bed tore apart, rebuild it over there, and after I get done, I'll show you. Okay everybody, I'm gonna show you what we got going on here. First off, these are some wire hangers, and what the wire hangers are from is my previous place of employment. My uniforms, we had uniforms, and I saved the hangers. I use them for various things, and I still have them, or have a bunch of them, and they come in handy for different stuff. Well, what I'm going to use them for is to hold down that cloth there on the ground, the weed barrier. We're gonna, right here's my onion bed, and right in this area is where this new raised bed's gonna be, that we're using landscape timbers. And we're gonna lay this cloth down, and then I'm using these hangers, and I'm gonna go and cut them and use them like little stakes to stake the cloth down so it don't move on us. And then I'm gonna use these screws. I have these screws here. This is something that I've gotten. I got these from a friend. They were free. I got buckets of these various sizes. But we're gonna use these to tack them landscape timbers together. We're gonna lay them out kind of like in a cabin, like, you know how you stack logs for cabin or whatever. We're gonna overlap the ends, but I'll show you what I done when I get it done. I'll actually video it. Dang, gnats are bad today. But anyhow, I'm gonna get this cloth laid out. Like I said, we're gonna use these hangers to stake it down, and I'll get the landscape timbers and I'll show you how I'm attaching them together with these big screws. Well, I'm done with this because I thought I had more landscape timbers, but I only had two. These two here, I needed two more to make this another tier higher. And so I guess it's only gonna be too high, but it'll be good enough. I'm gonna plant probably radishes, lettuce in it, and stuff like that. As you can see, I have that cloth tacked down with them pieces of hanger. I cut each end off and use them as stakes for this cloth. So you can see it right there. It works great. I went and I stuck each one of them down in the ground. Holds that cloth down from going anywhere. Now I just gotta get this area filled up with dirt and compost. Well, thanks for joining me on this video. I'll be honest with you, I was coming over here to show you this droopy potato, and I got stung behind right up here by one of my honeybees. Darn things, I was just over here admiring these potato plants, the one zapped me. But you see this potato plant, that's the one I showed you the other day that looked like it's starting to die or something droopy. They've gotten plenty of rain, as you can see, they're all standing up, but this one plant is just starting to wilt just a little bit. So, not sure what the deal is with that. I guess I'll just keep an eye on it. Well, that's it for today. I gotta get some of this stuff done, but just letting you know what's going on. I got in this raised garden bed built. Now that I got it together, I guess I took it apart from over there and brought it over here. And then I gotta get more dirt and compost and fill those elevators, the ones that was made into a trough. I gotta get them filled up so I can get stuff planted. Well, thanks for joining me, and I'll see all of you in the next one. And don't forget, I love you. Bye.